You got a speeding ticket. Now what?
Imagine this. You're driving to work and you're taking the kids to school. Maybe you're heading home after a long day. You look in the rearview mirror. Blue lights. That's the cops. And immediately your heart drops.
You pull over. The officer walks up to the window. A few minutes later, you're holding a piece of paper that could cost you more than you expected. A speeding ticket. Now you've got questions. Do I just pay it? Should I fight it? Will I get points? Could my insurance go up? Do I need an attorney?
And most importantly, who do you call? Before you make the wrong move, who do you call, my friends? Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome to the lawsuit.
I'm your host, Lamoy Patterson.
And I'm Amanda Patterson.
This is the lawsuit, the show where we take everyday situation that can suddenly become legal situations and help you to understand why having access to legal help really matters.
Because most people don't think about attorneys until something has already gone wrong, until something has already happened.
People insure their cars. They insure their homes. They insure their phones. They even drink Ensure. My friends, they insure practically everything they own. But what happens when you need legal help?
That's what we're going to talk about today on the lawsuit. Real life situations, real questions, and practical education about when it may be time to speak with a qualified attorney.
Today's case is something millions of drivers can relate to. A speeding ticket. Before we get into it, remember, we're not attorneys, and this program isn't individualized legal advice. Laws and circumstances vary, so speak with a qualified attorney for your practical situation. Amanda, let's get the scene.
Let's go.
You're driving. Speed limit, 55 miles per hour. Maybe you're doing 67. Maybe you didn't even realize how fast you were going. Then,
blue lights.
Exactly. Blue lights. Officer comes to the window. License and registrations, please. And insurance. And then you hear, I'm going to issue you a citation. Now, what do you think most people do next?
Probably look on the amount on the ticket and think, how much is this going to cost me?
Exactly. And then, a lot of people immediately think, I'll just pay it. I'll just get it over with. But here's the situation, my friends. We want everyone watching the lawsuit right now to start asking, before I make a decision involving a legal matter, should I first understand my options?
Correct. And that's completely different, because paying something may seem like the easiest option, but you may not fully understand what comes with that decision.
That's it. And we're not telling you whether you should pay a particular ticket or not, or contest it, or do anything else. No. That's precisely the point, my friends. You should know what your options are before making the decision. It may be more than the fine.
And this is where people sometimes only look at what's directly in front of them. Let's say the ticket costs a few $100s. They think, okay, I'll pay the money and move on. But there may be other questions you should consider. Why? Could there be insurance implications? What happens if you already have another citation? What deadlines apply? These are things you should consider.
Those answers can depend on where you live, what happened, your driving history, and the specific citation. That's why we're not going to sit here pretending that one answer applies to everybody. My friends, we're teaching you something way much bigger. Know when to ask a lawyer.
Correct. Know when to ask a lawyer. That is important.
And very, very important. Because when people don't have easy access to legal help, what do they usually do?
Google.
ChatGPT.
Yes.
Or Claude.
Yes.
Come on now. My friends. You see, Google, what happens if I got a speeding ticket? That's what they ask.
Or they call their cousin.
Or their auntie or their nephew. Some people call on their dogs. Look at the dog in the back of the seat.
Everybody has that cousin. That cousin who somehow knows everything.
Every single thing. Taxes, credit,
Cars,
real estate,
law,
plumbing,
everything.
everything. But when we're making the actual legal decision, you don't need somebody else's cousin, or you don't need your cousin. No, you don't need a cousin to be guessing. You want access to a qualified attorney who can address your situation.
Correct, correct. What would you ask an attorney? So let's make this practical. Suppose someone receives a speeding ticket. What are some questions they might want to ask an attorney?
Great question. Questions such as, what options do I have? What happens if I simply pay this citation? Very important. Could this affect my driving record? Could points apply in my situation? Is contesting the citation an option? Are there deadlines that I need to know about? Based on your particular situation or circumstances, my friend, what should I consider before deciding what to do?
Correct. And I like that because you're not trying to become an attorney, right? You're getting information from a qualified attorney, from an attorney who's good at what they do.
Bingo. They're good at what they do. That's one of the biggest messages behind this entire program, my friends. The lawsuit. You don't have to know every law.
Absolutely not.
You don't have to understand every statute
Nope.
or situation. You don't have to become an attorney. You need to know how to get to one when you need one.
And preferably before the situation becomes bigger.
Absolutely.
Put on the lawsuit.
And that brings us to our signature segment. Amanda.
I know what time it is.
What time is it?
Time to...
Put on the lawsuit.
Yes.
Here's what putting on the lawsuit means. It means when life presents you with a legal question, you don't actually panic. No, my friends, it's organic. You don't automatically ignore it.
Correct.
You don't automatically make a decision based solely on what somebody on social media told you. You find out what your legal options are.
Because legal preparedness isn't only for wealthy people.
No. And that's the conversation, my friends. For years, people have associated lawyers with something happening after everything has already went wrong. I am going to sue you. And suddenly, everybody wants a lawyer.
Ah, boy. But sometimes you need legal guidance before there's ever even a lawsuit.
Exactly. And that's the philosophy behind this show.
Correct.
Don't wait for the lawsuit, my friends. Put on the lawsuit.
So, Lamoy, this brings us to Legal Shield. How does this connect?
Well, just as how we connect. That's how Legal Shield connects, my friends. You see, Legal Shield offers legal plans designed to give every member access to a provided law firm for coverage of legal matters. You see, depending on the applicable plan and circumstances, the benefits can include consultation with attorneys and assistance involving certain traffic matters, among other legal services. And that's exactly what attracted me to the concept of Legal Shield. It's about access.
Access, yes. And that's an important distinction. Having a membership doesn't necessarily mean every legal situation or every possible legal expense is automatically covered.
That's it, my friends. And you're totally correct, Amanda. You see, plan benefits, limitations, exclusions, and availability can vary. So always want to review the specific plan information, but think about the bigger picture. Instead of waiting until something happens, my friends, and then saying, where am I going to find a lawyer? That's what you're really asking yourself. You have already established a way to access legal help through your membership for eligible matters with Legal Shield.
Correct. So if someone gets that speeding ticket, instead of automatically guessing what to do...
Don't guess, my friends. Do not guess. That's where the problem comes in. You need to find out whether Legal Shield plan provides assistance for the matter and connect with the appropriate legal resources. And that's what I love about Legal Shield. My philosophy has always been, my friends, access changes everything.
Everything. Now it's time for the verdict.
The verdict.
Today's verdict is simple. A speeding ticket may look like nothing more than a piece of paper and a dollar amount. But before making decisions about a legal matter, understand your options.
That's exactly what you need to do. You see, the lesson isn't fighting every ticket. The lesson isn't never pay a ticket. And we're certainly not telling you what to do with your particular citation.
Exactly.
No. The lesson is, my friends, do not make legal decisions blindly.
Correct.
Ask questions. Understand your options.
And when appropriate, talk to a qualified attorney. Because sometimes the question you ask today can help you make a better decision tomorrow.
Now, here's my question for everybody that's watching this video. If those blue lights came on behind you today, and 5 minutes later you were holding a citation, who would you call?
Would you know who to call?
You see, that's why we're having this conversation, my friends.
And this is only reason number 1.
Oh, and we're just getting started. We're going through 100 real-life reasons someone may need legal access for.
Correct.
They may need legal access for tickets,
Contracts,
landlords,
debt collectors,
business disputes,
wills,
family matters,
consumer problems,
and those unexpected moments when life suddenly becomes legal.
So subscribe, follow, and share the lawsuit with someone you care about.
If you're interested in learning more about Legal Shield and whether a legal plan may be right for you or your family, contact us using the information connected to this episode.
Correct. You could reach us at 786-541-5095. Text LEGAL. We'll show you the available plan information so you can make the right informed decision.
Because you don't want to wait until you have already dealing with a problem.
Correct.
No.
That's right.
That's right. Remember this. You insure your car.
You insure your home.
You insure your phone.
But when life becomes legal,
who's protecting you?
who?
Of course, God is there for you, my friends.
Yes.
But I'm Lamoy Patterson.
And I'm Amanda Patterson.
You've been watching
The lawsuit.
Don't wait for the lawsuit.
Put on the lawsuit.
We'll see you on the next episode.
Till next time. Bye-bye.